504 Spartan here, and this is gonna be my review for the Centurions, both the Assault and the Devastator Centurions. I'm gonna talk quickly about the Assault Centurions first. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. They have Strength 9 AP2 weapons with Armor Bane. However, Centurion armor is basically 2 wounds, toughness 5, and a +2 armor. No invulnerable saves. So the point is, since this game is turning to AP2 stuff, it's kind of difficult to run across the board with slow and purposeful. So that means you cannot run and get into your opponent's side of the table. So Assault Centurion seems a little bit out of place. However, when it comes to the other Centurions, the other variant, the Devastator Centurions, I think the Devastator Centurions are a really good, powerful unit. 190 points though, so it's basically 60 points each plus 10 for the Sergeant. You could run 3 extra Centurions, which I was thinking of doing. However, the price of buying 3 Centurions from your local store is like ridiculously high. It's almost $80, including tax. Oh, well, that's here in America, but I think it's a little bit less in... Oh, actually, no, I lied. It's more expensive anywhere else. And depends on the currency. I think in Britain it's just a teeny bit cheaper. Just a teeny bit. But I would have to do some comparisons and stuff. But, alright, keep going about the Centurion Devastators. Alright, so there's 12 heavy support choices in the Codex, in the Space Marine Codex. And I believe since our force organization only allows us to use 3 of them, you have 9 of them missing from that from your entire army. So you gotta pick the 3 best units in the heavy support section. Now I would say that Centurions are a really good choice. I wouldn't say the best unit. Preferably, I would. They're a little bit better than Centurions. Devastator Squad, due to the T5, 2 up, and 2 wounds as well. So, I like the fact that the weapon variety is not that big, but also it has a fair amount of ways how to go up against your opponents. If you're running, let's go with the Heavy Bolter first. The Heavy Bolter is the no upgrade Centurion, so it comes with your standard Heavy Bolter, and I wouldn't say that it's too effective. I would say it's not as effective as having a Las Cannon or a Grav Cannon. Sure, it's good up against, I don't know, weaker units, like anything from toughness 3 to even toughness 4 with less than a 4-up armor save. That would work pretty fine. As a matter of fact, it'll be okay. I would rather run a Thunderfire Cannon in that case if I'm going against a spam army instead of running Centurions. However, if I'm trying to deal with like big units, for example a Riptide or any big armor stuff, even mirror match against Terminators, Centurions do quite a bunch of damage to them, especially with their Grav Cannons. The Grav Cannons and the Las Cannons, there's so much different. It's a head-on collision. Let's just say that. There's times that you want that Grav Cannon, or there's times that you want that Las Cannon. In the case of going up against Tau, you could use either. I would mostly suggest the Las Cannon, since they're gonna shoot you as well from far away distances. Might as well shoot them back with no matter what you have. If you're running Imperial Fist Chapter Tactics, I would definitely run Las Cannons. That way you could take down, and you have tank hunters, and you just wipe them out. Wipe your opponent's vehicles like Hammerheads or Sky Rays. Now, if you know that your opponent's running big monstrous creatures with armor saves 3 up or 2 up, I would say run the grav cannons. Sure, they're not twin linked, even though it looked at first they were gonna be twin linked grav cannons. But since they're not twin linked, it's still 5 shots per Centurion. Since they are relentless, it's pretty devastating against your opponent. And so there's 15 shots, 5 from you, 5 from him, 5 from him. 15 shots against anything that you're shooting at. And wounding, for example, you're shooting up against a Riptide, 15 shots, 2s to wound. Any 1s get re-rolled because the gravity amplifier. That thing on the red thing over here. Oh, my finger was covering. You could see it. That over there, my friends, is a gravity amplifier. That is the thing that allows you to re-roll to wound. However, you can make these Centurions twin linked, and to be honest, by using the following. There is a Warlord trait. I think is if you roll a 3. Oh yeah, Storm of Fire. Storm of Fire is if your Warlord's like with 12 inches of a unit from the Space Marines Codex, they get to reroll to hit. So they basically have twin link. So imagine you have your Warlord. So it's pray to the dice gods. That's what I would say. You have your Warlord nearby, or even with them. You use the Storm of Fire Warlord trait. Fire your grav cannons. 3s to hit. Rerolls all 2s and 1s. 2s to wound. That Riptide's going down. Or 3s to wound against, like, I don't know, some other stuff like a Dread Knight, for example, from the Eldar. 3s to wound against and those things. That will be pretty devastating, especially against a Riptide. If they have their 5-up armor save, well, they gotta choose a 5. So you will hurt the Riptide really badly. And if they try to go ahead and Nova Charge next turn and they roll something bad, 1 or 2, they probably lost the Riptide if it survives. You could also wipe out any other things like that. So I wouldn't say Centurion grav cannons are good against vehicles because you need to roll 6s. However, when you do roll that 6, yeah, you immobilize the vehicle and it loses a hull point. It is pretty devastating. You don't expect that. For example, you could do that against land speeders. That would be just ridiculous. Or any like jet bikes or skimmers, that would just screw them up really badly. Now, aside from that, the upgrades that the Centurions need, I would say an Omniscope is not needed, but I would definitely recommend if you have the points for that. So it's 60. It's 190 points plus the Omniscope will make it 200 points. Plus the grav cannons for each dude or last cannons for each Centurion. You will have it's like adding another Centurion member. So it's 260 points right there, right off the bat, if you want them beefed out. Now, Omniscope obviously gives them night vision and split fire. It is good for the sergeant, because if that means if you're focusing fire with these two against one certain unit, and you say, okay, that certain unit's gonna die, or that vehicle's gonna die, let me get my sergeant to fire the other way and kill another vehicle or another unit. It's really good in that case, but I would say it's kind of it's just for filler. It is really good, but and also really helpful in night visions, because Tau have night vision for no reason. So yeah, Omniscopes are good. What else? Other upgrades, I wouldn't say to take them. I wouldn't say upgrade them with, like, I don't know, whatever extra upgrades they have. I don't see. Yeah, like, I wouldn't take them with a Land Raider or anything. I would just have them stand their ground and just fire at everything you find. Or if you have a Librarian or Tigerius, you should run Gate of Infinity, I think it was, and then you teleport your dudes 24 inches and strike your opponent with that. And also, if you're gonna do that, I would suggest run a Shield Eternal. That way, your Librarian takes the hits, and also, what's his name? He has at least a 3-up invulnerable save. So that way, and in Eternal Warriors, so he takes all the hits for these guys, and these guys will get to fire at least one more turn if they don't die. So that's about it about my Centurion tactics that I would use. I definitely like that Librarian tactic. It's way better if you have a Tigerius, because you have 6 Centurions plus Tigerius, and then you just wreck shit up. So yeah. But aside from that, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, and comment below what you think about your Centurions experiences, or what do you expected about these units, or what do you want from these units to kill? Because these units are pretty much versatile, except for the exception of spam armies. I would say going up against Tyranids or going up against orcs, it didn't do much for me, but they still work out. They're not that bad to go up against them. But aside from that, big, powerful armies like Grey Knights, Centurions are the way to go. Or even Tau. I would say Centurions are a good way to shoot at your opponent. But yeah, take care guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.